Hey, what's up everybody, my name's Schmiddy. I'm back with another IdentityV video, and I'm bringing you guys my first ever tier list. I'm super excited to be showing you guys. I get asked all the time, Schmiddy, where do you think each tier is and why? So I'm going to use this video to explain. This is a longer video. It will be probably my longest video I've ever had, but bear with me. Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm going to get to entomologist at the end of the video, so just stay for that. I'm not too sure. I'll explain to you why, and yeah, let's just hop into it. So S tier is the most used, or what should I say, most banned and or most used survivors in the entire game. These are what you see in ranked. These are what you see in tournament gameplay. I will say, to clarify, this is just my opinion, guys. This tier list is just my opinion. I don't have any factual data to back it up with, but this is my opinion and what I see from tournaments and ranked gameplay all over Identity. So hopping right back into it, the best survivor in the game right now is Mercenary. Hands down, he is the best survivor. I don't think there's any argument in this. Mercenary is the best. He's getting banned more than Seer now. He can take 3 hits. He has 4 elbow pads. He's just amazing. He can save 1 hit. This is why he's banned all the time. Bonbon's banned him because if a Mercenary is not there, Bonbon has an easy time. Violinist has an easier time. So I did put Mercenary first. He's just all around the best survivor in the game. People say he's no skill or any of that. You in top tiers, if you're a good Mercenary, you're needed. So getting double hit, you know what I mean. So in my opinion, Mercenary is the best survivor in the entire game. It's very close with the top 5 survivors, but Mercenary, in my opinion, is the best. Moving on to Seer. Seer, my main. I love Seer. I love you, Soren, but Seer's the second best survivor in the entire game. He can extend a kite. He can extend a perfumer's kite. He can extend barmaid's kite. He can extend Gravekeeper's kite. He can extend all these things. Perfume, get hit, owl. Now you have an owl and you can get another perfume. Gravekeeper, dig, get hit, owl. Now you have another dig once that owl's gone. So Seer's just phenomenal. Seer is amazing. He's arguably tied or better than Mercenary, just in my opinion. Seer's a little bit less needed. And in the Pro League, again, all the S tier characters are used. In the NAEU tournament, the top 4 teams all use these 5 characters. So bear with me on that. And yeah, that is my opinion. That is the first 2. The third best survivor, the last 3 are arguably, like I said, are arguably all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I put Forward as number 3. Forward is a game-changing character. All these characters are game-changing, but Forward can save a game. Forward is hit or miss. A very good Forward is scary good. In the Pro League, you can see that. In the tournament, you could see that. In our match versus Bloody Queen, our Forward saved the game. You know, sometimes our Forward messes up, but our Forward did save the game that match. We got a tie because of the Forward stun. So Forward is phenomenal. He is one of the most used survivors, if not the most used survivor in China and America, other than Mercenary. So this is from stats from Persuadable, but that was a long time ago, so it could change. These are just my opinions. I can't stress that enough. But yeah, Forward is number 3. Number 4 going on is Mechanic. Yes, Mechanic still is S tier. Anybody who says Mechanic's not S tier is lying to you. Mechanic is so needed in today's meta. Today's meta is slow decoding. Mercenary, Gravekeeper, Forward. Why have a Priestess when you have a Mechanic? Mechanic is the only reason their Cypher still exists. George is the MVP. Mechanic, again, still S tier. In every comp you'll see in top tiers. Every single comp. And then we have Priestess. Priestess, everybody knows Priestess is broke. I think she is the 5th best survivor in the game. I think Mechanic and Forward are still better than her, or more needed on team comps. Priestess isn't needed on small maps as much as the other 4. So that is my opinion. Priestess with the world portals broke. The regular portals are broke, especially on Sacred. Hunters banned her over everything else on Sacred. So That's another thing. You can portal right in a birdcage, then portal with the pallet, go through that portal, get pallets done, you know, in Sacred. So it's very hard, very, very, very hard to beat a Priestess, a really good Priestess at that. So yeah, these are my S tiers, guys. To recap, S tier is the game changers, the always banned, always in tournaments no matter what. And yeah, that's that. Moving on to A+. The difference between S and A+ are the bans. Gravekeeper, Perfumer, and Coordinator are never banned. All the others are banned, but Gravekeeper, Perfumer, and Coordinator are not banned. Also, Gravekeeper and Perfumer, once they're out of perfumes and all that, it's GG's. Seer can get another owl. Mechanic, I guess has George, so if she loses George, her kite should be long enough. Priestess can regen portals. Forward can still kite really well without a football, and Mercenary can always take hits. So Gravekeeper without a shovel, bye-bye. Perfumer without a perfume, bye-bye. Coordinator without a gun, bye-bye. But again, my main difference between S and A+ is, yeah, that fact that they're not banned. They are in every team comp in tournaments and rank, but they are not banned. But let's get into Gravekeeper. Gravekeeper, in my opinion, could be S tier. It's arguable. He is the highest A tier character in the entire game. He's in every team comp. He's usually starting off in every team comp, and he's a hard Dream Witch counter. So Gravekeeper can be arguably S tier. If you want to tell your friends or whoever you're playing with Gravekeeper's S tier, I can back that up. I just think he's not good enough or not banned enough to be S tier. He's never banned. Round 1 of a tournament, round 2, round 3, round 4, rank he's never banned, so I don't think he's S tier. S tiers are the ones that are banned. He can use those shovels. You throw a pallet down, shovel. He's at least a 60-second kite. Gravekeeper, a good Gravekeeper will kite you 60 to 90 seconds every single time, no matter what. He has 4 hits, guys. So, and you pair that with a Seer, that's 5 hits. So, moving on, we have Perfumer. Perfumer was S tier in every tier list I've ever seen up until now. Perfumer's no longer banned, and Perfumer's no longer the best kiter. In my opinion, Gravekeeper's a better kiter than Perfumer. Just my opinion. But Perfumer is, again, not banned, but she's in almost every team comp in a tournament, almost every ranked team comp. Paul Blooms is S tier with Perfumer, so. And then we have Coordinator. Coordinator is this next best rescuer when Mercenary's banned. When Merc's banned and Forward's banned, you go Coordinator. Coordinator is a game changer as well, not really as much as the others, but that flare gun can get you places, and you run Broken with Coordinator. She's a good kiter with a gun. A Hunter can't really chase you unless you'll kite 60 to 75 seconds, so, and already that's 3 ciphers down, so that is my opinion on S and A+. A+ are the survivors that, you know, can't, that aren't banned, but they are game changers. They can kite. Gravekeeper's, again, guys, Gravekeeper is so good. He's in every team comp whatsoever. Perfumer's almost in every team comp. It's preference, honestly. And then Coordinator, the next best saver of S tier. Moving on to A tier, these are not A+, meaning they are not chosen in every single tournament. They're not chosen in every single team comp, but in my opinion, these are so good that you can't put them B tier. Going to Prospector. Prospector is the greatest kiter in the game other than S and A+. Prospector magnets are annoying. You guys remember Arrow? He's amazing. Prospectors, when I try to kill them as Hunter, I hate it. A good Prospector is really good. I put him at A because he's just not as good as the S and A+. He's just not. He's not needed like them. S and A+ are needed survivors. You need those survivors to win against Bloody Queen and Dream Witch. Prospector, First Officer, Enchantress, and Acrobat are come in 3rd and 4th round when Bloody Queen and Dream Witch are banned, because they can punish those. But Bloody Queen and Dream Witch, A is not that good. Enchantress isn't good against those two. Prospector isn't good against those two. Acrobat is not, and First Officer is good against all of them, but his slow decoding doesn't make him S or A+, and he's not needed as much as the others. But yeah, A is pretty much, you know, I'm going to use you, but in the later tournament rounds, like round 3, round 4, or I'm going to use you if there are 2 or 3 survivor bans. You see what I mean? But again, Prospector, amazing kiter. Moving on to First Officer, that pocket watch. That is the most no-skill thing in this game, that pocket watch. That's a free 60 seconds. You can't hit that thing. It is so good. It's so dirty. I put him at A tier because he's way better than B tier. B tier B tier is just situational. First officer can be in any map, any team comp, but you use first officer when you know, mercenary, forwards, banding. You go on full rescue or any of that when it's later in the rounds, round 3, round 4, round 5. When there are 4 survivor bans, first officer can be pulled out. So he's still used in tournaments, just like Prospector, Enchantress, and Acrobat, which is why I put them here. But yeah, that pocket watch. He's also another saver. And yeah, but he's just not as good as A plus and S. Moving on to Enchantress. Enchantress is used in tournament gameplay as much as Prospector. She's used in later rounds, round 3, round 4, because again, Bloody Queen and Dream Witch just destroy Enchantress. And you know, Enchantress is still one of the greatest kiters in the entire game. Those stuns are very annoying. But yeah, not A plus, not S. She can tight kite like a god. That flare gun stun's really good. And moving on to Acrobat. Acrobat's very situational. He's very good on Moonlit. Very good on Leos. He's good on Red Church. He's good on every map. That's why I put him at A tier. He is a very, very good kiter. Just it's very high skill to use Acrobat. Cats 007's a very good Acrobat. I see one of my fans called Jam. He's moving up in the Acrobat tier list. He's about to be top 10. He's really good. Someone actually messaged me that, Schmiddy, you know this guy? It's an alt. So Acrobat's really good. People even think he's a Smurf account. So Acrobat's really good, just situational. That mud ball is dangerous. It slows down a hunter. You can create distance. That red ball makes it so you can't use your ability, right? And that white ball slows down so you can't vault windows and destroy pallets. But yeah, that is my A. A again, guys, to recap, is they're used in tournaments. They're still very good. They're just not banned and or used in the early rounds because they are countered by Bloody Queen, Dream Witch, the 2 S tiers. But I think there are 3 S tier hunters, but I'll get into that in my next tier list. Moving on to B. B is, how do I put B? They're very situational. Survivors that are good but situational. Moving on to Dancer. Dancer just got buffed. I don't know where to put her because I don't think she'll be A tier. I think she'll be used in later rounds, if that, in tournaments, and she can be used in rank. But I don't see her being A tier. I don't see her being game-changing like Prospector, First Officer. I don't see Dancer punishing hunters like those survivors do. So this is why I put her here. But that fast box and slow box do destroy the hunter. A very good Dancer can be dangerous, but overall, I do not see Dancer being as good as Enchantress, Acrobat, and Prospector at kiting. I just don't. Moving on to Barmaid. Barmaid is only good against Dream Witch. Dream Witch counter all the way. Barmaid is very good against Dream Witch, but nothing else. She is a good kiter, but once she uses a drink, her decoding speed goes down, so she is at B. She's very situational. You can't whip her out versus a Bloody Queen, a Ripper, a Violinist, all that, but you can whip her out versus Dream Witch, so she is B because she's more useful than C. We have Cowboy. I had to think about a lot about this. Cowboy, I put at B because a good Cowboy is dangerous, but he can be easily countered. He can't kite. Cowboy cannot kite, so he's not A. He is B. First Officer can save and kite. Prospector can kite. Gravekeeper can save and kite. Cowboy can save, but he can't kite, so it's very hard. Also, he's, like I said, he's easily countered. So I put him at B. He's better than C tier, but he's not better than A tier. And we go back to Doctor. Doctor just got her buff. Doctor is a hard Dream Witch counter. Hard Dream Witch counter. She's a Dream Witch counter. She's also a counter to Mad Eyes. But hunters like Ripper, Violinist, Bloody Queen, you're not going to kite and self-heal at the same time. I'm telling you right now, you're just not. So I put her at B because she's very situational. Again, if it's a Mad Eyes or a Dream Witch, you can play Doctor and it'd be amazing. But with this buff, I just don't see Doctor having a potential of an A tier survivor. So that is my opinion. Again, guys, B tier survivors are the survivors that are very situational or very good kiters, and you can pick them in rank in tournaments, but they're just not as good as A tier. Moving on to C tier. C tier are those survivors that are pretty bad. They're just better options, guys. Prisoner, I mean, he can't kite. He's a slow he's a fast decoder, but is not as fast as Mechanic. So Mechanic's way better than him, and Mechanic's never banned usually, so you never pick him over Mechanic. Prisoner, that stun is shorter than Enchantress stun, maybe a little bit longer. I'm not too sure, but Prisoner, he's not good. You know, these are better than D and F, but C again is the characters that you can pick in rank, but they won't be used in tournaments most likely. Moving on to Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye and Prisoner are alike. I mean, they can't kite. Mind's Eye's decoding's faster than Prisoner, so it evens out. Mind's Eye, really good kiter, but if Mind's Eye is found first, then it's GG's for the team, honestly. Mind's Eye cannot kite. The only Mind's Eye I've ever seen that can kite is My Leg, and he still can't kite 200 seconds against, you know, a good hunter like KKZ or Alien. So, but he could kite Sprinter, because I'm better than Sprinter. But anyway, going on to that, Magician. Magician is very good kiter, but once he has 2 wands, he's gone. Also, he runs the risk of getting that illusion shock. There's a high risk, no reward with a wand. You see, you wand and you're gone for 3 seconds, and then the hunter finds you again and you're dead. Also, you can't get saved easily. Against a violinist, you're not saving a magician. Against a clown, you're not saving a magician. Against a bonbon, you're damn well not saving against a magician. So, Magician with that saving debuff and that illusion shock, I just can't put him above C. He's not good enough. He's not even situational. He'll never be used in tournaments that much unless he gets a buff. Yeah, that's my opinion. He's a good kiter. He has potential, but there's too much risk in Magician for your team and yourself. Moving on to Thief. Thief, the thing with Thief is he's just a good kiter. Simply put, he's a good kiter. That flashlight you can disable. A good thief will punish you. If the flashlight will disable the ability, but he's a fast vaulter. He doesn't have a decoding debuff. He's simply good. Like, Thief is really, really good, guys. Not really good in the sense that he's A or B tier, but I can't put him below C tier because he's just better than everybody DNF. He's a better kiter than those people, in my opinion, especially with the flashlight. So C, to recap. C, in my opinion, just, you know, those survivors that they're almost there, but they need a buff to put them up at top. Prisoner, Mind's Eye, they're decoded, but not nearly as good as Mechanic and Magician. Too much risk for your team and yourself. Thief is a good kiter, but he doesn't bring any attribute to the team. Moving on to D tier. D and F, you know, these are the survivors that they're just, what are you going to do? I don't know. Postman. Postman's buff was it's so bad. Like, oh, the dog can bite me for 6 seconds, but I'll catch right back up because it doesn't even slow me slower than a mud ball. Like, Postman is, the notes do bad. Me and Leg were playing rank, and the notes he gives me do absolutely nothing. Like, my decoding speed is increased. It doesn't. I don't even see it. The vaulting, I don't even see it. It's funny. Postman. Postman. Explorer, I mean, can't kite, I guess can hide, wastes time finding books. He's not even a faster decoder than Prisoner or Mind's Eye. I just see no use in Explorer. Embalmer, again, what? I see Embalmer as like a free like death. Like, if I chair you and I'm next to your coffin, I just hit you again. There's no waiting. There's no promoting Cypher Rush because, like you guys know, when you're saving, you wait till the end. You wait till right before half to save so you can promote Cypher Rush. But with Embalmer, you can't do that. He's just insta, you know, brought back to life. So Embalmer's bad. Lawyer, the only reason I didn't put Lawyer in F tier is because he's close to my heart and he can't get Terror Shocked. He's a god. He cannot get Terror Shocked. Lawyer should be S tier, but I would have gotten complaints of putting him S tier, so he is D tier. He's a good kiter. He can transitional kite with that map. He can rotate 100 with that map. So he's probably better than he's probably the best D tier survivor in this list, actually. So maybe I should move that, but you guys are hearing me say it. And then we have Gardner. What is the point of breaking chairs? What is the point? I'm looking for my Gardner. What is the point of breaking chairs? I see no. We used to have run abnormal to rebuild a chair. What is the point of breaking a chair? It does nothing. Gardner's ability is so useless. That bubble is a good for 30 seconds in the beginning of the game. Then she can't kite. She can still get Terror Shock. The bubble's gone. She's not a good kiter. Yeah, moving on. We have F. Not much needed to be said. Lucky guy. He is the starting survivor for a reason. He's not that good. You can search a chest. You can get a flare gun. Yeah, but you can't kite without that flare gun. You can't save, you're not a fast decoder, you're not a rescuer, you're not a kiter. He's just basic. He's just your average survivor that attributes nothing to the team whatsoever. And then we have the worst survivor in the entire game. We have Wildling. Again, guys, this is just my opinion. Wildling has been used in tournaments, but as troll or as 1 point, but he doesn't decode. He has a 40% decoding debuff. When he's off his boar, he can't run. He's so slow. And that boar, you can't even control the boar. You should be able to control the boar, or you should be able to stun even when he's carrying in balloons. No, you have to stun when he's picking the survivor up. Wildling is so bad. He's just the worst ever. He is the worst. And yeah, lastly we have Entomologist. So I've played Entomologist, Paul Bloom's my leg. We all have different opinions on her. Entomologist is a really good tight kiter. Those bees stop a hook, they stop Foggy Blade, they stop Clown Dash, they stop everything. They stop literally everything. The Gamekeeper hook can't go through it, etc., etc. Very good tight kiter. Bloody Queen counters her. Violinist counters her. Bonbon counters her. Lizard, I guess, could counter her if it's a good lizard. So on and so forth. So she counters some hunters like Wu Chang, Gamekeeper, Ripper, but she doesn't counter Feaster. She doesn't counter Mad Eye. She doesn't counter Bloody Queen, you know. She doesn't counter Axe Boy if you have a Fireball. So I don't think she's A tier. I think she's B tier. I think she's a really good kiter, but it's situational. Just like, I guess, Prospector and Enchantress and Acrobat. So she's either A or B tier. She's not A+, but she's either A or B tier. So that is my opinion on Entomologist, A or B tier. Personally, I would put her B tier because I can't judge yet, and a really good hunter I don't think will get countered by her as easily as he would be countered by Prospector or Enchantress or Acrobat. But yeah, guys, to recap my tier list, my first ever tier list, the 5 best survivors in the entire game are Mercenary, Seer, Forward, Mechanic, and Priestess. They are hands down the best. Gravekeeper could be considered S tier, but I'm not too sure. So I just put it A+ because he's not banned ever. Perfumer and Coordinator are the next best thing. A through S are the characters you'll see in tournaments every time. They're in every team comp or almost every team comp when it comes to 4 or 5 bans. B through C can be used. They need a little buff, or they're situational and they'll be good, but they're not trash. They can be used. And then you have D and F that are just horrible in my opinion, have potential if they get buffed like I said. But unlike B and C, D and F are just not playable in my opinion. If you get one of those people in your rank match, you're silently raging. And then we have Entomologist, who in my opinion is B, and Leg's opinion is A, and Paul's opinion is B. So thank you guys so much for watching this. I spent a lot of time thinking about this, asking people what they think, and thank you guys taking the time to watch this. It is my opinion. I have no facts behind this except what I see and what I play. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will be doing a hunter tier list depending on how much you guys want it. So leave in the comment section below your opinions and how much you want a hunter tier list. Thank you guys once again for watching this. Sorry for the long video. I just thought I needed to go over everything. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.